Money made all day. You know, right here, a light million. Over there, counting up another million over there. Walk with me, ladies and gentlemen. Let me take you into my life.
Is sort of shrink the amount of money that's available to them. He's taking money, he's moving it all over. He's trying to create these ridiculous debts that Elizabeth reports on, where he essentially owes himself and his parents $50 million.
Really going? Yeah. That's what you think. It's fight, get the money, spend the money, fight. All that money.
Floyd Mayweather is back in the spotlight once more. Recently, he surprised viewers by showing off an astonishing $10 million in cash during an unexpected Instagram live broadcast. This moment happened only a few days after rumors started spreading online that the legendary boxer might be dealing with money problems, with some even claiming he was close to going bankrupt. By revealing the massive stack of cash on camera, Mayweather clearly pushed back against those claims. At the same time, the bold move highlighted something he has always been known for, his unmatched ability to draw attention, whether it's in the boxing ring or beyond it.
So Andrew Jackson, of course, is on the 20. Benjamin Franklin right here. You know, money made all day. We in the bank, doing what we do best, counting money.
The live stream spread rapidly across social media, drawing massive attention online. During the broadcast, Floyd Mayweather appeared relaxed inside his luxurious home in Las Vegas, surrounded by clear signs of wealth. Wearing high-end designer clothing and sparkling diamond jewelry, he slowly arranged stacks of cash across a marble table, while speaking directly to those criticizing him. The clip quickly triggered intense reactions from fans, financial experts, and media organizations. Some people interpreted the moment as another example of Mayweather's signature showmanship and bold personality. Others, however, raised questions about whether maintaining such an extravagant lifestyle could last over time. For years, Mayweather has built his public image around luxury and excess. His nickname Money reflects that identity, and he frequently uses social media to display the high-end life he leads, showing off Bugattis, private jets, custom-made jewelry, and now large piles of cash. Speculation about his finances began when several social media accounts claiming inside information shared posts suggesting the former champion had already spent a large portion of his wealth. According to those posts, legal documents and court records were said to support the claims. As the stories spread rapidly, discussion exploded online. Within hours, his name was trending, with hashtags like #MayweatherBroke and #MoneyProblems circulating widely. It didn't take long for Mayweather to respond. Throughout his career, he has often controlled the narrative around him, and this situation was no different. The Instagram live session wasn't simply a reaction. It appeared to be a deliberate move aimed at shutting down the rumors and pulling attention back in his direction. At its peak, thousands of viewers were watching live, and recordings of the stream soon flooded social platforms and news coverage for several days. The moment also revived a broader conversation about how athletes manage their money, especially in sports like boxing where earnings can be extremely high but careers are relatively short. Over time, many elite athletes have faced financial difficulties after leaving competition, often because of poor financial planning, limited investment knowledge, or spending beyond their income. During his career, Mayweather has reportedly earned more than $1.2 billion through fight purses, sponsorships, and business activities. Even so, some critics argue that his costly lifestyle could eventually become a problem. At one point, he also dealt with issues involving the IRS.
Did not save its own documents to show what it spent. The new acting IRS Commissioner Danny Werfel calls this wasteful spending inappropriate.
Despite the criticism, Floyd Mayweather has repeatedly brushed off worries about his finances. He often points to his investments across several industries, including real estate, fashion, entertainment, and cryptocurrency. Beyond that, he founded his own promotional company, Mayweather Promotions, which has helped stage some of the most profitable fights in modern boxing. According to Mayweather himself, his businesses continue to generate significant ongoing income. He has emphasized that his earnings no longer depend only on fighting, as multiple ventures now provide steady revenue streams that support his financial stability. Still, the Instagram live moment served as another example of his lasting influence and ability to stay culturally relevant. In today's environment, where social media visibility can quickly turn into business opportunities and brand strength, Mayweather appears focused on dominating attention not just through boxing, but through his presence online and in the public spotlight. Whether his appearing in exhibition bouts in Dubai or hosting extravagant gatherings at his mansion in Las Vegas, the undefeated champion understands how to keep the narrative centered on him. Showing $10 million in cash wasn't simply about showing off. It functioned as a clear message of defiance. The display reflected a stance Mayweather has expressed for years, that he operates on his own terms and isn't concerned with outside opinions, particularly when people question his financial situation. Some critics argued that publicly displaying such a large amount of cash is impractical and even risky. However, Mayweather has never been known for following traditional expectations. For him, the moment was about making a bold statement, a direct response to anyone doubting his wealth or success. Financial experts might view holding $10 million in physical currency as questionable, but for Mayweather the point wasn't financial caution. The focus was on image and legacy. Throughout his career, he has presented himself not only as an athlete but as a global brand, and this latest move reinforced his reputation as a skilled showman. Whether the cash was temporarily arranged for appearance or taken directly from his own reserves is ultimately less important than the effect it created. Visually, it made a strong impact and achieved its purpose. Even so, figures like Eddie Hearn continue to claim that Mayweather may not have the wealth he publicly portrays.
Why do you think he does those things, though? Do you think
for money?
But
I don't think he's got the money he says. That's what I think.
I think he still needs the money
I don't
after
think
all
he
these
needs
years.
the money. But you know when you got that lifestyle, right? So when you're spending what he's
It's
spending,
a lot of expense.
The live stream also featured a few thoughtful moments that gave viewers a different perspective on Floyd Mayweather. During the broadcast, he mentioned that while people often focus on how much he spends, they rarely acknowledge his business skills or the strategies he has used to turn his earnings into long-time wealth. Although the stacks of cash drew the most attention, these calmer comments revealed more about his mindset beyond the headlines. Audience reactions were divided. Many supporters celebrated the clip, viewing it as another signature Mayweather moment, confident, flashy, and entertaining. Others, however, felt the display was poorly timed, especially considering the economic difficulties many people around the world are currently facing. With rising inflation, job uncertainty, and financial pressure affecting millions, the sight of someone casually presenting $10 million in cash led some viewers to describe it as disconnected from reality. Still, stirring mixed opinions has never been unusual for Mayweather. Media coverage reflected a similar split in perspective. Some publications questioned the practicality of keeping or presenting such a large amount of physical money, raising concerns related to safety and legal implications. On the other hand, several commentators highlighted how effectively he turned negative rumors into a public relations win, pointing out his long-standing ability to control attention and conversation. Financial analysts and sports commentators also revisited his career earnings during the discussion. A number of estimates suggest that he still holds substantial wealth, including property investments, stock holdings, and various business ventures. Another factor frequently mentioned is how Mayweather continues to remain visible even after stepping away from professional competition. While many athletes gradually fade from the spotlight once their careers end, he appears to actively maintain his presence. Instead of traditional bouts, he now participates in exhibition matches and international events that allow him to stay involved in the sport while protecting his undefeated record. These shows, often featuring celebrities or non-professional opponents, still generate significant pay-per-view sales and attract large audiences, helping keep his income flowing. In recent years, he has also explored newer financial spaces such as NFTs and cryptocurrency projects, including digital collectibles tied to his brand. Although some of these ventures have sparked debate, they demonstrate his efforts to adjust to evolving markets and emerging technologies. His participation in these areas suggests that he is continuing to look for fresh opportunities rather than relying solely on wealth built earlier in his career.
but I don't know. I mean, it's difficult to say he's not a true fighter because he fought everybody he could of his era, but he was a different kind of skill set. You know, he was very much hit and don't get hit, which is the art of boxing.
More troubling than the attention around his lavish lifestyle are the ongoing accusations that have surfaced over the years involving Floyd Mayweather. In one widely discussed lawsuit, he was accused of taking high-value jewelry, a claim that quickly drew major media coverage. Combined with reports about unpaid luxury purchases, these allegations have contributed to a narrative suggesting that maintaining his extravagant way of life might be becoming increasingly difficult. Observers often say that Mayweather's financial behavior mirrors the same boldness and unpredictability that shape his public persona: flashy, impulsive, and at times detached from typical financial discipline. One frequently cited example involves an alleged deal in which Mayweather, Rapitigger, and a broker arranged to acquire luxury watches and diamond pieces from Miami jeweler Leonard Sulmanoff. According to reports, the items were obtained, but the full payment was never finalized. Situations like this have raised concerns among critics, who believe they reveal a pattern of heavy spending alongside disputes over financial commitments. Another statement that has drawn attention is Mayweather's claim that he earned $350 million in a single night, an assertion that aligns with the larger-than-life image he has built throughout his career. Despite the staggering figure, many within the boxing community have questioned whether that number is realistic. Over the years, Mayweather has also been clear about what drives him. He has repeatedly emphasized that financial success has been his main objective, sometimes even more important than being recognized as the greatest boxer of all time. His often quoted line, "Nothing in this world is for free," reflects how strongly he focuses on money and business achievement. For many observers, this outlook has become a defining part of his career, suggesting that building wealth has sometimes taken priority over crafting a historic legacy in the sport that in pursuit of additional opportunities. He has also been involved in promotional ventures that attracted controversy. One of the most notable examples was his endorsement connected to a cryptocurrency project that critics later labeled a scam. Reports indicated that he received significant payments to promote it, raising questions about the potential consequences of such endorsements. The shift from his earlier pretty boy image to the money persona was not accidental. Instead, it was a calculated branding move. By leaning into confidence and bold self-promotion, Mayweather developed a character that provokes strong reactions and keeps him among the most debated figures in boxing. Criticism has also extended beyond finances. At one point, rapper 50 Cent publicly challenged him to read a page from a Harry Potter book for charity, fueling ongoing discussion about his reading ability. The situation intensified after rumors spread and an audio recording circulated online suggesting he struggled with a radio script. Mayweather later dismissed the criticism, stating that reading skills do not determine his legacy inside the ring. Meanwhile, respected boxing figure Chris Eubank Sr. has openly questioned Mayweather's claims about being the greatest fighter in the sport's history. While acknowledging that Mayweather has earned more money than any other boxer, Eubank argues that financial success alone should not define greatness. This debate continues to shape how people view Mayweather's career. Some see him as a remarkable boxing talent who also mastered the business side of the sport. Others believe his reputation has been built as much on marketing and wealth accumulation as on pure boxing achievement. The larger question remains, in the long run, will he be remembered primarily as a legendary fighter or as an exceptionally skilled self-promoter who turned the sport into a financial empire?
Floyd Mayweather Jr. He says he's the best ever. Has anyone accounted for this observation? I've never seen him lose. You only know a man in how he accepts defeat. So I can't score him. But certainly, the fact that my own child chose him to be a role model over me, the dad, the gentleman. Yeah, he's a playboy. Because that's what he represents. He has clubs, or he had clubs, and he shows bling. Well, this is how I'm living. I wear a dress. And for a bit of humor, I wear a bear.
On the other side of the discussion, Mike Tyson has voiced strong concerns about reports suggesting that Floyd Mayweather could be dealing with debts rumored to reach around $500 million. Tyson argued that Mayweather's high-spending lifestyle might eventually create serious financial problems, drawing parallels with his own experiences. Having once lost a vast fortune during his career, Tyson suggested that constantly funding an extravagant way of living can become difficult to maintain over time. Tyson's warning carries weight because of his own history. Known for becoming the youngest heavyweight champion in boxing, he reportedly earned between roughly $400 million and $685 million during his time in the sport. Despite that massive income, financial trouble followed, and in 2003 he filed for bankruptcy, listing debts of about $38 million. Much of Tyson's spending during those years reflected an extremely lavish lifestyle. He bought luxury homes, kept rare exotic animals, including Bengal tigers, and gave out expensive gifts. He has openly admitted that the last $1 million he had went toward rehabilitation, and at one point he even had to borrow money to purchase a mansion after leaving Las Vegas. Reflecting on that period now, Tyson frequently talks about the importance of financial literacy. He often explains that managing wealth requires discipline and knowledge, and he warns that having a lot of money can create a false sense of security if it isn't handled carefully. Meanwhile, Mayweather, famous for his undefeated record and high-profile lifestyle, has reportedly generated more than $1 billion throughout his career in boxing. Known widely as Money Mayweather, he regularly shares images of his wealth, including private jets and luxury sports cars. Still, critics continue to question the scale of his spending and the nature of some of his exhibition matches, which they say focus more on spectacle than traditional competition. Tyson's perspective on Mayweather has evolved over time. In earlier interviews, he appeared supportive and even encouraged him to enjoy the rewards of his success. However, as Tyson became more reflective about his own past, his comments shifted toward caution. He began emphasizing the dangers of uncontrolled spending and the feeling of invincibility that can come with enormous financial success.
Hey Mike, how you doing, man? What's up? Hey, professional party thrower Adrian Broner goes across the country, gets charged $10,000 a pop. He used to be a boxer. Would you ever do that? Like, would you want to come to my house and cut the turkey?
Awesome.
How much would you charge to cut the turkey at my house on Thanksgiving?
30 cents.
30 cents? So you do it for free practically.
Yeah.
Adrian Broner, I think that's a good career for like a boxer trying to promote himself as a party thrower. 10 grand?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Hey, you have any advice for Mayweather? He's spending a lot of money right now.
Have a ball.
Enjoy it, huh? That's what you do. Hey, dude, you're a legend, man. It's good seeing you.
Take care.
The experiences of Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather illustrate a recurring challenge within professional boxing: handling sudden wealth. Many fighters rise quickly from relative obscurity to massive earnings, and that rapid shift can sometimes lead to poor financial decisions, debt, or even bankruptcy. Tyson's candid reflections serve as a reminder of how important financial knowledge and careful planning can be after success arrives. At the same time, claims about Mayweather's financial condition continue to circulate, though many observers stress that such reports should be treated cautiously when clear evidence is lacking. What remains evident is that lessons about managing money can still be drawn from the careers and experiences of prominent figures in the sport. Mayweather's luxury-filled lifestyle has frequently drawn attention. During Super Bowl weekend in February 2025, reports stated that he spent more than $1.13 million on an exclusive suite at Allegiant Stadium to watch the game. Around the same time, he also showcased a watch collection estimated to be worth about $100 million. Displays like these have become closely associated with his public image, while also prompting questions about how such spending might affect long-term finances. He also announced what he described as a $42 million deal to purchase 62 rental apartment buildings in Manhattan. However, later reviews of property records reportedly did not show a full ownership transfer. Some analysts suggested that he may have obtained only a partial stake or options related to the properties rather than outright ownership, raising questions about the details of the arrangement. Despite the large amounts he has earned, Mayweather has faced substantial tax responsibilities. In early 2025, he stated that he paid more than $18 million in taxes, illustrating the financial obligations that accompany high earnings. Past records also show outstanding tax liens from earlier years, including roughly $7.2 million linked to 2010. In filings with the U.S. Tax Court, Mayweather explained that although his assets were significant, many were not easily converted into cash, which made immediate payment difficult. He requested additional time, expecting that income from his 2017 fight with Conor McGregor would help settle the amount owed. During a podcast discussion, commentator Joe Rogan compared Tyson and Mayweather while highlighting their physical differences. He noted that Mayweather competed around 155 pounds, while Tyson was known for a much heavier and powerful build. Rogan also argued that when discussing the greatest boxer of all time, he often points to Mayweather because of his exceptional defensive skills and ability to avoid taking damage in the ring. In contrast, Tyson became famous for his explosive knockout power and aggressive fighting approach. The relationship between Tyson and Mayweather has included both respect and tension over the years. Their conflict reportedly traces back to 2001, when police raided Tyson's home in Las Vegas during an investigation involving sexual assault allegations. Tyson later suggested he believed Mayweather had some connection to the situation, a claim he revisited in his autobiography, while also saying he had moved on from it. Years later, in 2013, Mayweather publicly expressed support for Tyson, signaling a shift toward reconciliation and acknowledging Tyson's enduring influence on the sport.
Is Floyd overrated, or is he one of the best ever?
He's one of the best.
What is it about him?
What's so great about Floyd?
What is the thing?
The gym.
Yeah, it just works.
It's tough to be hard work.
Listen, how could you not be an asshole being that great? No, but how can you not?
It's hard.
Yeah.
You know?
Kanye West said it's hard to be humble when you're stunting on the Jumbotron. That's one of his lyrics. Like, when you're the best, you just fucking.
But know what he needs to know too, that there's only one step from the limo to the gutter.
In a memorable 2013 live interview on Fox Sports, Floyd Mayweather publicly showed strong support for boxing icon Mike Tyson. Even though their history has included tension, the moment highlighted a level of respect between the two champions and showed how their shared place in boxing connects them beyond past disagreements. During the conversation, Mayweather credited Tyson for influencing his own journey in the sport. He explained that Tyson helped open doors for fighters who came after him and described him as a legendary champion. Mayweather also pointed out that people should avoid judging Tyson's personal choices, noting that everyone lives their life differently and that no one truly knows how they would act in the same situation. Tyson, for his part, has also acknowledged Mayweather's abilities inside the ring. He once remarked that if they were competing at the same size, Mayweather's technical skill could allow him to win on points. At the same time, Tyson mentioned that boxing sometimes requires risk-taking, suggesting that some fans may prefer more aggressive styles over a cautious approach despite their differences. Tyson has expressed admiration for Mayweather's dedication to training. He has described him as someone who consistently works in the gym and maintains discipline regardless of outside circumstances. However, Tyson has also challenged Mayweather's claims about being the greatest fighter ever, arguing that true greatness involves more than an undefeated record. To illustrate that idea, Tyson has pointed to figures like Muhammad Ali, whose legacy was shaped not only by skill, but also by the deep connection they formed with the public and the broader cultural impact they created meanwhile. Some critics argue that Mayweather's habit of displaying wealth, especially during periods when many people are facing financial pressure, can appear out of touch. His social media posts often feature luxury travel, private jets, and stacks of cash, which has led some observers to question whether these displays reflect confidence or desire for continued validation. These reactions highlight the fine line public figures often walk between projecting success and being perceived as arrogant when showing their affluence during difficult economic times. That brings the discussion to a close. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next video.